Everyone right now is obsessed with AI, but what's interesting is they're all looking in the same obvious places. Meanwhile, there's a completely different opportunity forming under the surface, and nobody's paying attention to it yet. And the weird part, this didn't come from big news. It came from small signals that most people would just scroll right past. None of this is financial advice. Always do your own research. But now, you've probably heard of OpenAI and tools like ChatGPT, but there's another player moving just as fast, and that is Anthropic. They're backed by Amazon. They're also backed by Google, and this isn't just one small startup. This is one of the companies shaping where AI is going. And people are already talking about valuations pushing towards the trillion-dollar range. Now, before something becomes obvious, you don't see the headlines first. You see the early signals. Developers start mentioning it. Small communities start forming, and markets quietly begin reacting. That's exactly the phase that we're in right now. And all of those signals are pointing in the same direction. And this is the part that most people completely miss. There's this mascot. There's actually a mascot connected to the Clawd API, and it's called Clawd. At first glance, it looks similar to another random meme, but that's exactly why people are ignoring it. And if you've been in crypto long enough, you'll know that's usually where things start because we've literally seen this exact setup before. A few weeks ago, a project called Asteroid exploded and it ran to around $200 million in market cap. And the entire narrative was just one thing, SpaceX. That's it. One recognizable story and attention followed from there. Now compare that to what's forming here. This time, it's not space, it's AI. Arguably the biggest narrative in the world right now. And instead of a private company like SpaceX, you're looking at something connected to Anthropic, a company being valued at an entirely different level. The key point I'm making here, guys, is that Asteroid hit 200 million, and Clawd is currently sat around that 1.22 million mark. Now, you don't need me to explain that gap. The structure is the same, but the story underneath is way bigger. AI is dominating everything right now, and there's still no direct way to invest in companies like Anthropic. So naturally, attention starts flowing into anything connected to that narrative, and that's how attention spreads. People don't start by understanding the tech. They start with something simple, something recognizable, and something that's easy to repeat. And that is what spreads first. And once that clicks, momentum follows. So right now, this still feels incredibly early. There's no massive media coverage, no mainstream attention. This is that phase where a small group notices, others start digging, and things accelerate quickly. Obviously, nothing here is guaranteed, but the setup, it's there, and the gap is pretty clear. If we take a look at their socials here, we can see they are verified, which is a great sign, and they are always posting on X with great tweets that are actually getting really decent engagement. So when talking about Asteroid, that already showed what can happen, 200 million in a matter of weeks. And now you've got a stronger narrative, a bigger macro trend, and something that's still way earlier. Clawd is sitting around that 1.2 to 1.5 million range, and most people won't even notice it yet until it's already moved. So the real question is what happens when attention actually hits this? Well, it's definitely worth looking into. I will leave a link in the description. Of course, always do your own research, but that's going to be it from me. Have a fantastic day.